Hey guys! So I am finally filming my everyday makeup routine. Holy fazolies, this has gotten requested so many times and I've tried filming it 3 different times and failed. Hopefully this time works out. You never know, this could be number 4 fail. We'll see. But I wanted to share all of my favorite products with you guys and what I love to do on a daily basis with my makeup, maybe more like 2, maybe 3 times tops a week, the makeup that I wear. So without further ado, here we go. Welcome to my everyday makeup routine. Let's do this. So let's just get started, and a little forewarning, I am half using a little tiny mirror that's this big and half using the viewfinder on my camera. So if I'm looking away from the camera a bunch, that's why. I'm sorry. I'm not a professional. Okay, so for foundation, I use Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'll link every single product I use down in the description, FYI. And it's my ride or die. I've used it for years. I used it on my wedding day. It's just the perfect full coverage foundation. But if you don't like full coverage, then you probably won't like it, but I love it. And I've also been using this NYX Pro Foundation Mixer in the white color because my foundation is too dark for me right now and I didn't want to buy another one. But I think it might be okay right now because I just self-tanned last night, so we'll find out. No, okay, that's good. So I don't need to use my foundation mixer this time, so that's good. I always start my foundation on the bottom half of my face, just so I make sure that it's all blended around my chin and down my neck. I don't know. It's just what I do. I'm using my Real Techniques blending sponge thingamajigger, and I like it. I've owned probably like 10 or 15 of these. They work well, and so once I get to my forehead, I have a really white scalp. So I have to make sure that I blend into my hairline and I totally get foundation in my hair, but then I just brush it out later because these are bald spots from when I had Lucy. All my hair fell out up at the front, so I needed, so I just have these like patches that go back really far, so I have to make sure that I blend my foundation into that or else it's just like tan white. So I always make sure that I rub it into my hairline and I just comb it out of my hair later. Okay, so now that I have my foundation blended, I go in with my concealer, and I'm just using the NYX HD Studio Concealer right now, and this is in CW1. I think it's 1 away from the lightest shade, and I just put it underneath my eyes, and a little bit here, you know. I just highlight the normal areas that I want like brightness on my face. And the one thing that I don't like about this concealer is that it dries so fast. You have to like blend super quick. I do like this concealer though. It's not my favorite. My all-time favorite is Naked Skin by Urban Decay, but I don't have a shade as light as I would like right now, and I picked this up randomly at Ulta and I am liking it, but my all-time favorite drugstore concealer, hands down, is Maybelline Fit Me, and I love it and I use it all the time. However, I forgot it in my hotel room in West Virginia, so I'm just using what I have, but I do like this one a lot. That is blended. Now I'm just going in with powder. I'm using this Real Techniques fluffy brush. I don't know what it's called. And I'm using my Laura Mercier setting powder. And I just put that underneath my eyes. And I don't blend it out or anything. I just leave it underneath my eyes. Just like this. And I make sure to drag some onto my eyelids so my eyeshadow doesn't crease at all. Next up, I do my eyebrows, and I don't do anything very special at all with my eyebrows, but I have really sparse brows, so I need to fill them in, but I just use this Tarte's To Go palette, Pro To Go palette, and I just use the darkest brown shade in here. It's called Stylin', and I just line the outline of my eyebrows. It's not rocket science. It's nothing special. I just like this color with my hair right now, and I'm just using this brush that I got 100 years ago from Ulta. I do not know the name of it. I know nothing about it, but I like how wide it is. It's like nothing wants to focus. I don't know why, but it's just like really wide, so it makes filling in my eyebrows really simple. I take a really light hand once I get to the front of my eyebrows because I do not like the overly aggressive eyebrow look, even though they look really aggressive right now. But yeah, I just try to fill them in pretty dark at the tail, and then just take whatever's left on the front of my eyebrow and just kind of like flick them. I don't think that's a technical term, but that's what I do. Next, to set my eyebrows, I use this Essence Make Me Brow, and it's an exact duplicate to Benefit Gimme Brow. I've had them both. This is exactly the same, and it's $2.99, so get this one. And I just run it over my eyebrows quick. I have the longest eyebrows in the history of all mankind. It's not cute, and so I have to tame them with gel of some kind, and this just works really well. So I just run that through there, and it's tinted brown, so sometimes I will use it alone if I'm just like slapping makeup on really quick. So I let those dry, and then I will brush them out, but while they're drying, I do my eyeshadow, which is one of the things that I get asked the most about. And so lately when I have been doing my makeup, this is pretty much always the eyeshadow look more or less that I'm going for. I'm using the Morphe 350 palette, and the first thing I do is these three orangey colors right here. I'm gonna use them in my crease, and I literally just go like this, beep boop boop, swirl them all together. Not rocket science by any means, and I just stick it in my crease. Now, I do not have a mirror right now. Let me grab it. Okay. Yep, that was a little more intense than I would usually do it, but I didn't have a mirror, so here we go. I just blend it up a little above my crease, and I make sure to use circular motions on the outer corner just to blend all of the eyeshadow, so it's not too harsh, but honestly that is a little more harsh than I usually do, but I'll make it look okay. Okay, so I'm going back in with those same three colors on the other side, and just blending them out. See, this is more so how it usually looks. This is kind of like I'm going to a nightclub at 11 a.m., but it's okay. We'll make it work. We'll figure it out. So it looks like I'm going to deepen this side up a tiny bit because it needs it. Yeah, so just put those in the crease and do the same circular motions over here, and now it's a lot more even though it's a little dark. Okay, so after I have those colors in my crease, I'm gonna go in with a darker color. Again, looks like we're going to the nightclub. And it's usually one of these three colors. None of them have names, so I can't tell you, but today we're gonna go with this one because it's the closest one. And I put that in my crease, and I keep that really low on my eyelid. So blend that out. And do the same thing on the other eye. tell you guys what brush I'm using to blend all that. It's the Sigma, it's all wiped off, I think E40 blending brush. It's the best blending brush I've ever came into contact with, and I've had a lot. This one just works amazing. So if you need a blending brush, get this one. I promise, it's so good. But now I'm going to highlight my brow bone, and I'm using just this brush from the Naked 3 palette. And I'm just highlighting my brow bone in my viewfinder because God forbid I have a mirror, but I don't. Okay. So, I'm a sparkly, glittery, shimmer kind of girl. I always have shimmer on my eyelids. And so I've really been loving this color. This is gross. I'm sorry. Let's flip this over. I've really been loving this color right here. It's just a champagne shimmery shade. And I just leave that on my eyelid. I pretty much run it all over the entire eyelid. And then I just blend it out to my very inner corner. Just like that. Okay, so once I have the shimmery shade on, I just go back through and blend everything together. One more time. So for eyeliner, I have an all-time favorite eyeliner. It's Kat Von D Tattoo Liner, and I will link it down below. But I also forgot that in my hotel room in West Virginia because I'm irresponsible. But I bought this Essence eyeliner pen on a whim at Ulta the other day. And it's like really, really good. And I think it was $2.99. So I've been using this, also a favorite, I think. And it's so cheap. But I'm going to do a wing. I cannot talk while I'm doing this, and I can't explain it to you. So here we go. So I just winged out my eyeliner. I do it every time. There's never a time that I do not wing my eyeliner, ever. Okay, so if I go out and I'm trying to look really nice, like if we're going out for a nice dinner or going out on the town or something like that, I do wear lashes, and I usually wear Demi Wispies from Ardell, and I love them. However, I'm not going out on the town tonight. I don't even know if I'm gonna go do anything today, so I don't want to bother with lashes. I do not curl my eyelashes at all, which people probably think is really weird because when I do people's makeup, I'm always curling their eyelashes, but my eyes do not like eyelash curlers, and I think they make my lashes look even shorter because when I was in 2nd grade, I pulled out all of my eyelashes. I had no eyelashes. It was a very weird time for me, but I never recovered. I didn't ever bounce back. So I have puny lashes, and I just do what I can. I just try my best. So I'm using this L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise mascara. Love it. So good. So good. And I just blink into my mascara and it curls my lashes for me. So there we go. Top mascara is done, and I forgot to add that I used the L'Oreal Telescopic on top of the Voluminous Lash Paradise just to, I don't know if it did anything at all, but in my head I think it helps make them look better. So now I'm just blending out my under eye that I set with my Laura Mercier setting powder, and whoa, there's some weird stuff going on behind me. Okay, so now it's time for the face. I'm using this Cheekathon Benefit palette for pretty much everything. And I'm just going in with Hoola bronzer with this stupid little brush that came with it, but it contours so nicely, so I really don't mind. But I just contour my cheekbones a little bit, nothing too crazy. Well, I guess people probably might think this is kind of crazy, but to me it's Tuesday. So I just do that, and then I add a little bit on my temples, nothing too crazy. And then I go in with this Real Techniques powder brush, and I blend it all out so it doesn't look too harsh. And I just remembered that I need to brush out my eyebrows. So I just use a spoolie and brush them out so they look a little more natural and not so painted on, even though they are painted on. So, whatever. Okay, for blush, I again am using my Cheekathon palette. And if you guys want to know what rocket science I use for my blush, here it is. This is what I do. Good to go. I just blend them all together. I think it looks nice. One day I was doing it and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, that works. So if you're looking for my blush color, buy this palette. I don't even know if you can still get this palette, but it's what I use. And also I use this janky little blush brush that I don't even know where it came from. I think I've had it for like 10 years, but it's the best blush brush in the whole entire world. I've tried to buy so many and try to be a real grown-up and not use a little brush for ants, but I can't. I love it too much. So I don't know where you can get this, but it's so unbelievably good. And then after I do that, I use my Rockateur blush from Benefit, which is actually in that palette, but I feel like this works. Oh, I just broke some of it. Okay, so I feel like this actually works better and it's more pigmented, so I go back in on top of my cheeks with this Rockateur blush, even though I just used a Rockateur blush, because I'm extra and I just gotta keep adding things onto my face. Okay, time for my favorite part, which is highlighting. I'm going in with my Becca Champagne Pop Highlighter, and I wish that I could show you this, but it is so horribly shattered because I'm a child. But I just am using this e.l.f. little blush tapered brush that was probably $3, and I'm just highlighting my cheekbones, a little bit on my nose, not too much because my nose is the focal point of my face. I mean, look at these nostrils. You don't need to highlight those. You can see them from a mile away. But I just highlight my Cupid's bow, and there we go. So now I'm going to do my under eye, and I never use eyeliner on my waterline. I just don't think it looks good on me. I look like a raccoon. No problem if you like it, it doesn't look good on me. So I just blend out eyeshadow underneath my eyes, and I'm just using the same color that I used for my eyebrows, and I just blend it out with this Sigma Pencil E30 brush and windshield wiper it back and forth. Just wipe it until it doesn't look like you've been wearing it for 3 days. It's in my contacts, so I can't tell if it actually looks good yet. Give them a second. Whew. Okay, so make sure when you're blending, I always blend into my winged liner, just so it doesn't look disconnected. I like it to all kind of flow together. Good enough, right? Yeah, okay. And then I'm going in with my L'Oreal Telescopic again, and I'm just running that underneath my eyes. Okay. So I have a bajillion and one lipstick favorites. I love lipstick, I collect them, they're my favorite. We don't need to rant about lipstick, but lately I have been wearing the same thing over and over and over again, so that's what I'm going to show you today. The one that I have been wearing lately is MAC Velvet Teddy, right? Velvet Teddy, yes. And this is a little baby one because I ran out of my last one and this is the only one Ulta had. So we have a little baby lipstick, but I love this color. I'm gonna stop talking while I put lipstick on. Okay, so I put that on and it's just the perfect nude like fall wintry nude. It's so nice. And if I want it a little glossy, which I think I do today, I just put on this NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee, and I just put a tiny bit over top. So alright, so there you have it. This is my everyday makeup look. I promise you I'm not wearing this every day, but most times when I'm wearing makeup, not to run to the grocery store or something, this is the makeup that I'm wearing. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check the links down below because I'm going to link every single makeup product that I used in this video and all of my social media links, my blog, everything else. I'll leave it all in the description. So make sure you check there and be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!